Oh, hey guys, it's me again, Robert Earl, out here at the Eco Ranch Sustainable Living Educational Center in Far West Texas, up to my elbows in horse manure. Why am I up to my elbows in horse manure? Well, it makes a pretty doggone good soil, you know, and I've got a horse and all he does is produce manure. That's all he does. I give him hay, he turns it into crap. Got to do something with all that crap, don't you? In life, we got to do something with the crap, otherwise it just piles up and chokes us. So, I pay $6 a 50-pound bag for topsoil. They add some fertilizer to it, or potting soil, excuse me, potting soil. I pay $6 a bag for potting soil, 50-pound bag. They throw some nutrients in it. Well, so does Nemo. He pees on this. It's full of nutrients. It's got all these nutrients in it, and all I have to do is shovel it up and screen it. And you know, my brother and I had a falling out a long time ago. We've had several fallings out. I don't know whether he's jealous of me for no reason whatsoever, just jealous of the fact that I'm alive, even though he's alive. I don't know what it is, but we've had falling outs, and I'm sure some of you that have siblings have as well. And he just got so mad because he didn't like the way I was living my life. And he's, "You're going to be working till the day you die. You'll be working when you drop dead." Okay, well, just like your wife's father and just like our father did. Okay, that's fine. You know, I can understand that. But what he didn't understand, and by the way, I did retire at a younger age than he did. George, hi. I retired at a younger age than him to this. And I'm out here shoveling horse manure today. Hard physical work, and you know what? I might drop dead doing it, but it's what I want to do. This is my golf game, George. This is golf. Except it's not using 4/5 of the water in an urban environment. And I'm actually accomplishing something, and I'm staying healthy. I'm not riding around in a golf cart. And you know, a few weeks ago, I did a live stream where I was pretty depressed and down because I'd had some people here that just weren't, the visitors here, that just, I mean, in my opinion, there was no hope for them. Well, yeah, you know what? There was no hope for them because nobody had planted the seeds that would grow into their awareness of sustainability in the world around them. And you know, I'm being a farmer right now, which is part of what we're going to talk about. As a farmer, I can't expect to get a crop if I don't plant seeds. So I needed to plant seeds in those people. And I believe I let them down by not planting seeds. I'm going to correct that in 2020. You know, I had said we aren't going to do a whole lot of videos. And we're not going to do a tremendous amount of videos. And primarily because I've done all the videos on everything that we could talk about here. I've done rainwater catchment, electric, solar power, 12-volt systems, how to build with bottles, how to build in general. I've done all of those, so there's not a whole lot I can do. But there are some things that are coming up, like the new heating system that I've designed for the greenhouse. That will be probably, 10 days to 2 weeks from now, where I'll post that video about the heating system. We're going to expand the greenhouse, and we're going to do it for a specific reason. Sustainability is great, and I've covered a lot of it, and I've covered just about as much as a 67-year-old man can. If I were 37, I might be doing things a little different, but I'm doing what I can do. But part of why I got so depressed a couple weeks ago when I had those guys, those what I thought were hopeless kids here, you know, we're kind of in a situation where my friends, the sustainable movement and the world's liberals, are all kind of making us, oh, they're depressing the hell out of us. You know, the world is coming to an end because of man-made climate disruption. We're in the sixth extinction. We're in this, we're in... And I'll tell you what, it can be as gloomy as this day in West Texas. Very gloomy. If you listen to them, like I do. But I read a science fiction book a long time ago, and I wish I could remember what it was, but the gist of the book was that now I'm going to live to see the planet's population get pretty doggone close to 11 billion, maybe even 12 billion in this lifetime. There were 3.5 billion when I was born, and I'm going to go out at 11.5 billion. Wow. That's an increase of more than the entire population of the planet right now in my lifetime. Of course we're going to run out of resources. Of course we're going to change the climate. We can't help it. There's too many of us, but nobody's lining up for the suicide booths. So what are we going to do? Well, that science fiction book had us concentrated into urban areas, mega cities. And there have been some studies that show that if we do it right in mega cities, we actually use less resources in a mega city than we do living actually like this. But also, the entire planet, because that population, they had extrapolated it out to something like 30 billion humans. We had taken the entire planet and turned it into a managed garden. Yes, we'd lost a lot of species. This is the book now. We'd lost a lot of species. There had been some major extinctions, but we had taken and turned the entire planet, including this beautiful desert around me, into a managed garden full of trees and plants and crops to support all of those people. Now, I firmly believe that we've passed the tipping points, at least 3 of the tipping points, on man-made climate disruption. The world is going to change for us, even me at my advanced age, for you, your children, and positively for your grandchildren. We are going to end up turning the planet and the oceans into a managed garden instead of into this big wild area that I remember and so many of us remember. It's going to change, but we can do it. That doesn't mean we have to continue burning coal and doing all the things that have gotten us to this point. It does mean that we have to change. That's what my New Year's message said. Put back more than you take from the planet. That's simple. In your life, if your life, let's say you've taken 10,000 trees and the amount of paper you've used in your life, plant 10,001. You can do it. It's easy enough to do. Hell, they planted 4 billion trees in Africa recently. We can do it. Or plant some crops. Grow some of your own food. Do some of these things that we're trying to do here that I show you in my videos. Do them in a windowsill if you live in an apartment. If, as it looks like, politicians are not going to move fast enough, big business, the wealthy people that are controlling everything on the planet, are not going to allow us to mitigate and lessen, but that's what mitigate means, I guess, the effects of man-made climate disruption and resource depletion, then it's up to us to do what we can. Take 2, 3, 4 of my things. If every one of you reduced your not your carbon footprint, your global footprint by 20%, we'd eliminate the need for a lot of different things. How many of you are drinking out of those single-use plastic water bottles? What the hell's wrong with you? That water's no better than what comes out of your tap, and you're going to throw that plastic away and it's going to end up in the ocean, and as they just found out, it's ending up in the snow that's falling in the Antarctic. Microplastics in snow in the Antarctic. What's the matter with you people? I haven't drank out of a single-use water bottle probably in 8 years. Now, I keep some single-use bottles like Gatorade bottles and that to fill with my water and my tea. But I don't drink it on a regular basis. And if hurricanes came through here, I wouldn't be running to Home Depot loading up my shopping cart with 1 million cases of single-use water bottles. I would be pouring some paraffin around the drain in my bathtub and filling my bathtub with water and filling every pot and pan I had. And oh yes, all the bleach bottles that I've used through the year to wash our laundry with, I'd be filling those with water out of my tap. Think. 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 We can do this. But we can turn the world into a managed garden if we can't do anything about population. And I still believe that Mother Earth will do something about the population of the planet, and we won't like it. But let's assume it doesn't happen. Let's take the Star Trek view and assume it's not going to happen, that we're going to be able to deal with it. Start thinking. The water bottles is the first place to think, but other places, like I said, the windowsill garden, a little greenhouse in your backyard. The neighbors don't like it. As soon as they start paying your mortgage, I'd pay attention to them, but until then, butt crack building inspectors don't like it. Vote them and the people that hired them out of the office. Put people that do. So that you can plant a crop in your front yard without somebody saying, oh no, it's not green grass. It's not a crop that does absolutely nothing. Vote the bastards out of office. It's very simple. They don't control you. You control them. We can turn the world into a managed garden. We can live with 11 billion people, and we can do it. I don't want to see it happen, don't get me wrong. But we can do it. That book, although it was science fiction, that book detailed how we can do it, how in that world they did it. It's entirely doable here. And you know what? Here's the thing where you and me and all of us have had the wool pulled right over our eyes. They already know it. Who are they? They are the 1% that controls everything you do. They already know we can turn the world into a managed garden. They already know that they can burn coal through 2100 and still manage the planet. It won't be the same, but they'll be able to live, and they'll still, or their children will still be wealthy. And you'll still be working 3 jobs and still be eligible for food stamps unless you vote the bastards out of office, unless you make the changes, unless you follow my New Year's message of put back on the planet more than you take from it. Very simple. Now guys, what we're going to do here at the Eco Ranch, since I'm almost done building, I'm not a real good finish carpenter, so we're not going to show you the finished carpentry work. We will show you the finished rooms and the finished building. We're not going to show you every step as to how I build it. We are going to show you how I build the turret and the wall goes up. We're going to do the greenhouse. We're going to get real heavy into growing things, planting things, and adapting to the managed garden that we're coming up to. That's going to be my focus, as well as teaching all of you, or those of you that do come and are interested and open to teaching, how to do this. If you want to come and just visit and you don't want to learn a damn thing, hey, come visit. If you help, you can stay for free. If you don't help, you got to pay the $20 a night that the campers pay. And if you do come, bring Portland cement, bring me some great stuff, expandable foam, and bring a tree to plant. And if you think about it, if you're going to bring a tree to plant, why don't you just make a little engraved plaque that says, given by, with your name and your date. And in 100 years, when somebody comes by and sees your tree, at least somebody will remember you. But please, come and visit. Bring us those things, or bring us nothing at all. And if you're one of those people out there that is one of the 1% and has a fortune in money, and you say, hey, this guy's got it, he's onto something here. Help us out. The donate button's right up there on the main channel page. Help us out. Send us a little bit of money. $100 is a windfall to me. $5,000 finishes the place. $5,000. That's not a lot of money, especially if you're one of the 1% and you've got $5 billion. Send a little this way. I promise that this place will always be here as long as I'm alive for people to come and look and take hope from. I'll keep this attitude about the managed garden that we're going to turn into, and I am not going to be doom and gloom. I'm not going to let them, and them in this case is my liberal friends, sour me to the world. And I'm not going to let the other side sour me to the world either, for all the reasons. I'm going to keep my attitude. I'm going to change what I can change. I'm not going to preach to the choir about politics. But we're going to make something happen, and we're going to educate and teach you some things and give you some ideas on what you can do to live in the new managed garden. Please continue to tune in through 2020. I hope to be upbeat, and I hope that each one of you goes out and makes something happen. It's a new decade, but that's just an arbitrary number. Every single day that you wake up is a brand new day. And what's that old trite saying that I still love from back in the 60s? Today, January 1st, 2020, it's the first day in the rest of your lives. Keep following me, guys, please. It's Robert Earl out here at the Eco Ranch Sustainable Living Educational Center, looking for the pony in this pile of horse crap, saying I'll see you soon.